Hey friends, Sam Haymart for Test Driven TV. On my recent test drive of the all-new 2016 Nissan Titan XD, I had the chance to ride along with Senior Product Planner at Nissan, Brent Hagan, to get answers to some of the top questions I've been hearing from you.
So this is our Pro 4X trim.
Okay.
I don't know if you're familiar with the Pro 4X brand that we have, but it's our off-road enthusiast trim. It starts off at the front with our skid plates that go all the way to the back. We've got front radiator, front diff, we've got transfer case, transmission, and fuel tank. All those areas are skid plated. And then we have our Bilstein tuned shocks. Really great compliance off-road, good travel, but then really well-mannered on-road too. Not too cushy, gives you a nice, firm, sporty feel on-road. So a fantastic balance between the two.
So is the spring rate softer than the standard 4x4 pickup?
Spring rate is the same between them, but the Bilstein shock is tuned differently. It
Okay.
does give you a different ride feel.
One thing I'm picking up on is how smooth and quiet this engine is for a large diesel like it is. So, I mean, how is that achieved? Is that all about the engine, or is there a lot of sound deadening in here that's part of a package?
You know, you picked up on something that was really important to us, and we spent a lot of time working on. There were a lot of debates internally about what's the right balance between quiet. You know, we want to give that executive suite feel. A guy gets off of work, he's been at a job all day, maybe been noisy, he wants it nice and quiet inside and serene. But then again, the guy who's spending the money on the Cummins diesel engine wants to be reminded that there's 555 pound-feet of torque underneath the hood. So we've worked really closely with our engineering team to find what's that right balance of just enough diesel gurgle to remind him that it's there, but not have too much that is obtrusive into the cabin. So it's a combination of working with our partners at Cummins to tune all of the NVH package around the engine properly, and then also working with our internal NVH engineers, which stands for noise, vibration, and harshness, to get the right tuning inside as well, because you're going to have different acoustics inside and outside the vehicle, so it's about mating the two together.
What kind of mileage can people expect, or is there something that you're saying right now about what people can expect in terms of fuel economy?
Sure. It's an excellent question, and we know people are really interested with the efficiency of this Cummins diesel. Cummins is known, legendary for power, durability, but also efficiency, and that's what we were looking for in this setup. So what we're really letting customers know right at this point is they can expect 20% better fuel economy than a V8 engine while doing real work. It's an important point for us, because trucks aren't made to just be air haulers. They're not just made to go back and forth to work site, to work every day. That's an important part of what a truck does, but they're made to be worked. I mean, they've got a bed, they haul, they tow stuff for a reason. So it's really important for people to understand the efficiency gain while doing work. We really, because it's slightly over the 8,500 line, we're not dipping into the 9,000 pounds, so we're not getting into the 3/4 heavy duty space. We wanted the customers to get a good understanding of the fuel economy, but unfortunately, if we tried to put something on the Monroney that wasn't an EPA number, it would be apples to oranges. And because the EPA doesn't put over 8,500 on the Monroney, we're not going to be putting anything on the Monroney at this stage.
So now, when it comes to towing, there are other not 3/4 ton trucks, like maybe perhaps the EcoBoost Ford F-150 that is up in the same tow range in terms of towing capacity. So in looking at this compared to something like that, is this a play that is it just somebody who wants a diesel over gas, or is it possible that they could expect better fuel efficiency over even an EcoBoost under full load and towing?
Yeah, again, while doing work, those customers are going to enjoy the efficiency and improvement of a diesel motor. There's no question. But there's really two different, for our perspective, in looking at a competitor that may be in the 12,000 range, which we haven't announced final numbers, but we've said it's over 12,000 pounds. But someone who may be in that range, but is a true half ton, under 8,500, there's a big difference in being able to do it and being able to do it well. there's a huge difference there. So just because I say I can tow 12,000 pounds doesn't mean that's a core competency for me, doesn't mean that I do it well. For the XD, there's a huge difference there, and it's about confidence while towing and having a really stable, confidence-inspiring chassis that delivers that performance, and then a powertrain with 555 pound-feet torque that can do it and do it effortlessly. I mean, you know yourself, and I know a lot of your consumers know, they've heard before or said themselves, man, I put the trailer behind it and towed like there was nothing there. And that's what we strive for when we say we want somebody to tow 12,000 pounds. That's what we're striving for, 12,000 pounds. Not just stretching and straining and just in order to put a number out there, but it's doing something and doing it well.
So how much extra does this engine weigh? Is it a really heavy diesel engine? Is it something that people are going to really notice?
Sure, it's a great question. Cummins has done a lot of work on weight savings with this engine and this whole setup. They've looked for every opportunity to save and cut weight out of this, like using a compacted graphite iron block. They've looked for every opportunity to save weight. So diesels are traditionally, because of the cylinder pressures and everything, they typically have to be a bit more robust. Obviously that lends to durability on the long term, but that makes them a little bit heavier. So it is going to be a little bit heavier than our gasoline 5.6 liter engine. But Cummins has done a fantastic job finding every opportunity to save weight.
Here we're going up a very rocky, rough path right here. It's not very steep, but it's very rutted, a lot of roots and rocks in it. And I'm noticing that one of the nice things here is you can just almost let it sort of idle through here, and it just sort of crawls nice and easy with this low end torque.
You have highlighted perfectly. With this low end coming in, the peak torque is at 1600 RPM. Coming in with that, you really don't have to dig into the throttle at all. It's got more than enough power. Heck, if you even start to dig into it a little too much, you immediately start getting slip and losing traction, because it's got plenty of power. So you just keep it low throttle, 1200 RPM, doing something like that, and it just crawls right up.
With this off-road package and the four-wheel drive system, what kind of locking and traction programs are there for, really robust type of situations?
Well, our Pro 4X is about off-road performance, and it starts with the tires. We've got an all-terrain tire on this truck, as opposed to our more all-season road-friendly tire that comes on some of the other trims. We've got 18-inch wheels, so we get a little bit more sidewall for protection in rocks and things like what we just went through. Then when you get to the traction side of it, the handling computers, we have different throttle mappings for our two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive, and four-low. That's going to help a little bit as you're going through those rocks and you're bouncing. You notice your foot normally is going to push a little bit here and there. It's unintentional, but you can't help but have a little bit of deflection in your foot. We've kind of smoothed that out in 4i, so you have a little bit better control and smoothness, so you don't start that hopping and bouncing around. And then we also have a different tuning in 4-low. In both 4-high and 4-low, we have hill descent control. So as you kind of crest the hill, we'll demonstrate it up here hopefully in just a minute. It allows you to just kind of let your foot off the gas and brake and just coast down the hill at about a mile or 2 miles an hour. And the vehicle engages ABS, the brakes, and does everything to keep you right at a smooth, controlled descent down a hill. Okay. So in your lower left-hand knee area, you'll see a button that looks like an SUV going down a hill. Mm-hmm. You just press that in. It engages on the dash. You'll see the light come on in the dash. All right. Now you're ready to go. You go ahead and crest the hill, let your foot off the brake and the gas. You just steer and let the truck will do the work. You'll hold the ABS engaged and just slows down. And with no pedal application, it just takes you nice, comfortably, confidently down the hill.
This is the challenging one.
That's right. So in this one, I do recommend 4-low. I think it's a great opportunity to show off the low-speed torque of the diesel motor. All right. Again, in that situation, you don't have to put a whole lot of pedal. So you just shift to neutral here. Switch to 4-low, put it back in drive, you're ready to go. If we need it, if you wanted to, you could put the locking rear diff in, but that's your choice.
I don't think so.
You won't need it. Beautiful. No drama.
No drama.
In this situation here, what I like to show people is we have our around view monitor system that Nissan innovated with. That's a great feature. There's two ways to engage it. First, if you're in a 4-high situation like we'd be here, you would just press the camera switch. It's going to give you the forward-facing camera and then your 360-degree view. We've got 4 cameras, one in the grill, 2 in each mirror, 1 in each mirror, sorry, for total 2, and then 1 in the tailgate. And that patches those 3 images together and gives you a bird's eye view, as we call it. Then, if, say, in this instance, you're trying to avoid a rock or a cliff or something on the right-hand side, you just click that camera button again, and it's going to give you the view. So you basically got a spotter in the vehicle with you to help you look, where do I want to put that right tire? You can see it there and make that determination for yourself.
Excellent.
The one last note is I mentioned there's 2 ways to access it. So you can access it pressing the camera button. When you go to 4 low, we know you're in slow speed settings. We know you're going to be looking and trying to figure out things. We don't want you fumbling around, pushing buttons and doing a bunch of stuff. We want you to be focusing on the truck and your traction. So you put it in 4 low, automatically it's going to come on and initiate your around view monitor and your front camera so that you have full
automatically.
Automatic. You can just go ahead and cruise through here and here you don't need much pedal at all. Just let the truck carry you on through. It's just going to go nice and smooth up this hill.
So now these will be going on sale before the end of 2015, is that right?
That's correct. Customers will be able to start seeing them in dealership showrooms starting in December.
And the model ranges go from...
We started out with our first trim. For what the customers will first see in the dealerships will be crew cab configurations of the Titan XD with the Cummins 5-liter diesel. We have a full range of trims on the Titan XD, starting at S grade, which is our introductory, kind of our construction grade, if you will, or fleet grade, or
work truck,
or our introductory truck, or work truck. It goes up to our SV trim, which is our more popular trim. Then we have our Pro 4X, which is what you're in today. Our SL, which is kind of the near luxury trim. And then we have a new entry, which is Platinum Reserve, which is a full-on, top grade luxury pickup truck. But all the chops and capability of the rest of the XD lineup. And then coming later on, we'll have the Titan with the gas engine. The Titan XD will be available with the gas engine. And then the various cab types. We've already announced that we'll have a full array of cab choices for customers, but those will be coming at a later date.
Well, there you have it from Nissan's point of view. Now, if you want my opinion on the new pickup truck, click on the link down below and you'll get my first drive review of the new 2016 Nissan Titan XD powered by Cummins. And while you're here, click on the link right here on the screen to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We've got a lot more news coming up about this new pickup. So stay tuned. I'm Sam Haymart for Test Driven TV. I hope you enjoyed the ride.